So I was out for a walk with my partner, and I was excited to capture the green on green of this building and the leafing willow tree. My partner also decided to film from another angle, and that gave me the idea to use both videos and paint them side by side to see the difference between them. I wanted to lean all the way into the green by selecting this bright seafoam green vellum. I'm also interested to see how the vellum's smooth surface holds up to the paint. A painter's tape frame with a little extra reinforcement. To get an even split between the sides, I'm measuring the halfway point to give me a guide for the tape's placement. I'm starting with the world's silveriest silver, and then brushing over some iridescent bronze for a slightly warmer tone. I'm using iridescent pearl as the underpainting for the building's cooler toned green. I'm keeping the paint as dry as I can to prevent warping of the vellum's surface. For the neighboring brick building, first I'm using iridescent copper. Continuing with a drier application, I'm going in with iridescent gold as the underpainting for the willow tree to focus on that feeling of early morning sunlight. Now I'm using the world's greenest green and mixing it with water and some iridescent pearl. I'm extending the copper up a little more to get a layered effect. With the underpainting done, I'm adding in some watercolors, beginning with Hooker's Green Dark, mixed with bronze acrylic. Then I'm using lamp black with as little water as possible to get a wispy, textured look. To pull in the warm toned green of the willow's leaves, I'm using sap green. Lemon yellow dulls down the gold a bit, maybe a bit more than I wanted. I'm darkening the copper with a mix of Indian red and lamp black, and immediately wiping much of it away with a dry brush. Cautiously applying the red with a light hand now, and adding a textural dimension with the dry brush. I'm stippling on more lamp black to deepen this corner. And here, I want to complicate the layering between the gold and the green for the willow. I'm going to let this dry and start the other side tomorrow. Day 2 begins with removing and reapplying the tape divider. Then I'm mixing iridescent copper with Indian red, and they blend smoothly together. Next is the world's silveriest silver, mixed with a light coating of iridescent gold. Now I'm adding the gold on its own in the upper corner, then feathering the edges and layering it over the copper. I'm using Chromium Oxide green and lightly scrubbing it into the vellum. and I'm taking a bit of iridescent silver in over top of the chromium green. Then I'm mixing the green powdered paint with interference green to get a slightly different sheen than with the iridescent pearl. I'm adding some iridescent gold to the chromium green to start building the color layers for this side's willow section, which seems much more gold forward to me. I'm putting a watered down coat of Payne's gray over the silver, and then I mix the gray with cerulean blue. But that isn't quite blue enough. I let that dry and layer a bit of iridescent pearl on the green, but it doesn't make much difference, so I scrub most of it away with a dry brush. I try layering with straight cerulean blue, and the color is a bit brighter, but not exactly what I want. Accepting that I need to let this side dry and settle before any final touches, I remove the tape divider. I'm doing a light wash of sap green over the chromium green to punch up the vibrance, and then I'm layering some lamp black over the Payne's gray to deepen it. I've decided to take a chance on interference blue to give some shimmer to the cerulean. And it looks great. Maybe it needed this darker underpainting to truly reveal itself. A bit more lamp black, blended into the silver with a dry brush. And it's done. I remove the tape frame completely and get to really look at the unpainted vellum again. Such a vibrant seafoam green. This painting has helped to complicate how I think about pastel colors, because I'm not usually a fan of them. I'm also surprised how little green I included in each painting. For videos that were all about capturing the different greens, most of what I ended up painting focused on all the other colors around the greens. Maybe I needed the rest of these colors to really see the green of the building and the green of the willow. Definitely an interesting walk.